Cavazos. I'm at Grady Industries on South Lindale Road. I came here today to attend the Adam Laxalt event, but I was turned away at the door with no valid reason given to me. I am wearing a Vegas Strong t-shirt. I'm attending here as an individual, as a member of the community. I did have a couple of questions to ask Attorney General Laxalt. I was turned away at the door with one reason given, that I was a past member of the executive board of the Nevada Democratic Party. When I informed them that I did not plan to cause a problem, they still turned me away.
As in, you previously served with the state Democratic Party, but you no longer have a position with any political party.
No, I do not have a position with the Nevada State Democratic Party. They asked me a number of questions. They went through several levels. Finally, they came back and said it was private property and they could not let me in.
And those were the only reasons they gave?
They asked me if I intended to cause a problem or if I intended to cause a disruption. I said no, I absolutely did not, and I never have in the past. They said that they were going to try to work this out. They left me waiting for about 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
20 minutes, and I showed them my mobile ticket where I had pre-registered for the event, and they came back and said no, that they could not admit me.
And just to make clear, you had previously signed up for this event. You got on their campaign list, and they still turned you away?
That's correct.
So after about 20 minutes, you then found out they're not letting you in?
That's correct. There was one person that came out to speak to me, only one person, and his name is Ryan Hamilton. He listed himself as an advisor, and he gave me his email. So again, his name is Ryan Hamilton. He listed himself as an advisor. He said he was sorry we could not work this out, but he could not give me any valid reason why I could not be admitted to the event.
Yeah, and Ryan Hamilton, he's pretty known in Nevada Republican circles, as a campaign person. Yeah.
I find it outrageous that as a concerned citizen and as a voter that I cannot attend an event, and if I wanted to ask a question during the question and answer period, that they impugn my character by asking me if I'm going to cause a disturbance. I assure them I am not, and they still turn me away. I do believe that this is pretty outrageous and sets a bad precedent for any kind of political event.
Do you see a recurring pattern here in terms of Mr. Laxalt and him generally? Do you think he generally tries to avoid the press, avoid the public?
Well, I would say, Andrew, that since you were also turned away and you are a legitimate member of the press and you have a press credential, and they also turned you away, I would say yes, there is a pattern here. He's turning away legitimate press officials. He's also turning away voters that have a ticket. I think this is a dangerous precedent to set for the state of Nevada.
And by the way, disclaimer, yes, I was also I was turned away a little earlier when I tried to check in at the media table.
All right.
So, moving along, let's get back to talking about your experience here. What were you hoping to ask Mr. Laxalt today?
In a very civil, polite manner with no disturbance or problems caused whatsoever. I simply wanted to ask Attorney General why he has not put into place some way that question 1, the background check initiative, can be implemented. It was passed on November 8th, 2016. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary where the top law enforcement official in the state is not finding a way to implement this. He is not, even though the governor has asked him more than once, he has not come up with a valid or legitimate way to implement the will of the people who voted and passed this initiative in November 2016.
Yeah. So in December 2016, Laxalt issued his opinion stating he doesn't think the state can enforce question 1, But then earlier this year, after Governor Sandoval asked him for another opinion, he then said that there's potentially a way for the state to enforce question 1, but he still doesn't want to do it.
That's correct, Andrew. And I believe that our governor is trying to find a way to implement this. The Attorney General, however, is, I believe, standing as a roadblock to finding a way to implement this law. There are several other states in the United States who have both point of sale and FBI checks implemented. Attorney General Laxalt is using a small loophole to avoid implementing this law that he did not support.
So, were there any other issues you wanted to bring up with Mr. Laxalt?
I basically just wanted to find out why he felt that it was okay to bypass the will of the people. This is a law that was passed by almost 10,000 votes. It was not a huge margin, but it was passed. If you or I chose to ignore the law of the state of Nevada, we would not get a pass like Adam Laxalt is getting. And right now, I would just like to ask Attorney General Laxalt, do your job.
Well, and my final question was going to be, if for some reason Adam Laxalt were to come out here and speak with the fine people out here on the street, what would you say to him?
I would basically say the same thing that I just said a few minutes ago. Why can we not work together to find a way here? Background checks work, and this is something that was legitimately run in an election. We went through all the processes. We collected more than 250,000 petition signatures to get this initiative on the ballot. So this is unfair to the voters of Nevada. And I just want to say that if background checks work, and they do, why is he against them? Why does he not want to put this into place?